Team ban.
Lena.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Night Stalker.
Puck.
Execration's turn to pick. Radiant team ban.
Lumi's
Oh,
about to be shamed
Lumi.
again.
Oh, Lumi.
Classic.
Once again on the wall of shame.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Shame broadcast again at the TI 7
As he
qualifiers
just strolls in.
featuring Lumi, Luminous Inverse. I love that guy. He's amazing. He's the best. Man, the myth, the legend.
What do you even have right there? What are you eating? Is that chocolate?
He's got to prepare himself for the cast. We'll keep it real. But anyways, we're also going to be joined by Mr. Andy Draskell as well. We got Breaky CPK, and we also have a draft for you fine folks. We're there in the minute. Draskell, have you got a chance to check out too much of the series so far? I know that you just woke up for Europe.
I pretty much got here, and they're like, there's room on the panel, and I'm like, I'm in. Let's go.
What are we doing again?
I haven't really been watching much of the C games because I've been covering primarily CIS and EU, but, you know, having seen the picks, it doesn't really seem like that much is different.
Execration's turn to ban.
Well, the one interesting thing here is every single game that they've gotten a chance to take it, Execration have taken the puck. Fernando, this time around,
they were psyched out, man.
I know, they're afraid. They had the first pick. They took Lena instead and gave the puck back to Clutch Gamers. So inside their heads again, Gamers, they're all over it.
Because I think that they knew if they took the puck first, last time it was Night Stalker just like flying through the trees like the Batman he was, and just like got a lot of early game pressure onto the puck. So now they're gonna pick up the puck and the Night Stalker. Fly Solo's Witch Doctor to follow through, so not giving away too much of anything just yet.
Armel is quickly coming up to be one of my personal favorite mid players to watch, especially from this region. Last game, he's big reason why, of course, they came out on top there playing the Lena, sure enough. But yeah, also a big fan, as kind of expected with that, the Lycan Night Stalker that they drafted last game. It again did well, and overall a great performance from Clutch Gamers right there. So expecting a similar one in game 2.
By the way, do the C players actually ever put puck off lane, or is it always just puck mid?
We've seen it a couple of times. That was something I was wondering about with this draft. I wouldn't have said it for Execration, but with Clutch Gamers, maybe you run a Drow and then something else there mid.
They put Gabby puck off lane, and then put their off lane player the other day, Rappy, on the safe lane, like, I want to say Omni Knight in that game.
Oh yeah, that's
they did.
What it was.
So, yeah, to answer Andy's question, they put that puck everywhere.
Okay.
Safe lane, off lane.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
I mean, puck doesn't really have a lane that you can't go to more often than not. If you're like in a 2v1 or something, it can be a bit annoying depending on the support. But I would say Disruptor is probably one of the best, if not like the best support against puck.
Reserve time.
Because you can't phase shift Glimpse. Static Storm owns him. Really good against Witch Doctor as well. You can just Glimpse, instantly cast or cancel the Death Ward. Pretty solid pick.
It does reveal both of their supports quite early, but I guess Clutch Gamers also revealed theirs. Most likely, I don't think we've seen too many Position 3 Night Stalkers. The big problem that I feel like Clutch Gamers are sort of creating for Execration in this draft is that I feel like the fact that they gave the puck away, Lena wasn't really the biggest problem in that last game for them. I felt like it was the combination of the Night Stalker and the Lycan, which they can still go back to if they want to.
There's actually a really good amount of control for the Lycan already on Execration, though. Okay. Disruptor is good against Lycan. Because of the way that Glimpse works, if you're in Shapeshift and you get Glimpse, depending on how far away you were, you actually go, like, super far. Like, you're 650 movement speed, right? So when you get Glimpse, you're pretty much going back in time. Like, you're just gone. And plus, you can't walk out of Kinetic Field without BKB. I don't know what the item build is in C, but typically what we see in, like, AUNA is Armlet, Mask of Madness.
I mean,
Actually, sorry, in NA, I think it was Midas Halberd or something.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what Grant told me. But
they went for Mask of Madness, BKB.
I think you had
Armlet.
Armlet
Yeah,
before.
it's
Yeah,
just
okay.
like the more right-click build. I see the Disruptor versus Lycan. I see the other side, right? Like, Lycan just runs at you, and then you just die. So,
you're pretty much forced to cast your
Execration's
spells.
turn to pick.
Centaur.
I
Interesting.
don't know if we've seen this hero in the region at
That's
all.
a hero that's died off in general.
We saw him in the NA qualifiers earlier, I believe, when Freedom ran it, and they beat DC with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
10
He's a good hero. I
seconds
mean,
remaining.
you almost not like. Are you surprised by saying that, or I mean, I feel like he's still
Five
overall just a
seconds.
solid.
Well,
hero.
it was a good pick for the game because I think in that matchup he was against a safe lane Void, and Centaur is actually good
Reserve
against
time.
safe lane Void because it's when you're playing against a hero you want incremental
Drow
damage, so he
Ranger.
can't just time walk it all off. And speaking of the Drow, we were talking
Radiant
about it
team
earlier, but I
back.
think we were mentioning it maybe for Clutch
Yeah.
Gamers.
Drow into Centaur and Night Stalker, two of the best run at you heroes.
Yeah, there's
This
a lot
seems
of
very questionable.
well, at the same time, the Disruptor Drow is a classic
10
matchup,
seconds remaining.
or I guess pairing is a better way to put it, because when you're pushing a tower,
5 seconds
you
remaining.
Thunderstrike somebody. If the enemy team is not there in force to defend that tower, not only do you get the objective, but you usually get a
Reserve
bonus
time.
kill. That is like one of the biggest strengths of the hero, besides obviously catching stragglers. If they're pushing a tower, you can glimpse someone back, get a kill. You already have Sand King as well to pair with that, and Lena, so when you glimpse that target, you're getting a really fast kill as well, being able to burst them down with things like Laguna.
Or if you're pressuring the towers, like, glimpsing somebody
Execration's
away
turn to
when they
ban.
TP it to
Sure,
defend.
yeah. I guess what we're basically seeing both sides of the same coin, right? If Clutch Gamer gets a run at Execration, then they're in trouble. If Execration gets to like set up camp in front of a building and start hitting it, then Clutch Gamer perhaps is on the back foot. The other key thing is that I think Centaur is going to have a little bit of trouble laning against the Drow Ranger, especially if Disruptor or even a Sand King are both there. I think Centaur might have to relegate it to jungling.
But if that means, like, if the Centaur can't go to lane, I think that actually still like
10
puts Execration at an
seconds
advantage, because Sand King gets a lot out of the map when you're not like making him be in a
5
lane.
seconds remaining.
Sure.
And Sand King, I think, farms way faster than even an offlane Centaur would.
Oh,
and
I expect the 4 heroes that we see in this draft gonna be a mid. Like it's gonna be Lena, Puck, and then Night Stalker and Sand King running back and forth there to give each other
Yeah.
some help.
Centaur should be able to do kind of an interesting little dynamic there with Drow Ranger, since it's mostly right click, and return obviously can cause some issues if he can get into the farm. But it does feel like this game is going to be more determined in the early stages by how well the Drow Ranger and the Lena get set up, and if they're able to start running down towers. Is there anything in this last pick that they need to make that happen? Like a good
Lycan.
position?
maybe some sustain hero if you have Drow. Okay,
Whoa.
never mind. It's support Lena.
Radiant
It's gonna be
team
the
pick.
Queen of Pain last pick.
Or offlane Quap is the C classic.
Yeah, they could
Oh,
like
yeah, they do that, don't
offensive Drow or something, and then put a 1v1.
Huh.
I'm telling you, C loves their
10
like,
seconds
you know,
remaining.
instead of picking they want to pick like 3 position 2 heroes and just
5
like lane it
seconds
all over the
remaining.
place.
Well, the idea of Queen of Pain mentioned a possibility of even an offlane. I mean, if that's the case, they don't know who they're going up against yet as the safe lane. So is that almost a risk?
Well, I think then what they would do is try and match the Quap against the Centaur no matter what, and go try versus try. Is that the way that you play that then?
I guess. I mean, I personally haven't seen a whole lot of the offlane Queen. Guess we'll see here in a second.
Huh.
So James is normally the queen player, very good on the hero. Now gonna take on the mid Lena, so I'm expecting Raging Potato, who's also very good. Yeah, Raging Potato selects queen.
It's a weird draft. It's a really weird draft for Execration to try and pull themselves back into this.
Centaur's also a natural pipe builder, you know, and once BKB is picked up by Phantom Assassin, I think this is going to be a difficult game to stop Clutch Gamers from running at you and, you know, doing plenty of damage to win the fights and win the game as a result.
I'm kind of torn. I think I like the Drow lineup, but at the same time, like you were mentioning, just getting BKBs and stuff on the PA, it's going to be pretty difficult
5
to
seconds remaining.
kill her. I guess you do have maybe 1 or 2 MKB purchasers on that team, but overall, I'm kind of digging the PA lineup. We don't really get to see the hero that much, you know. Ever since MVP Phoenix kind of disbanded, it's been a lot less PA.
I guess you weren't watching the Fnatic QOPA. Like every
well,
time
he
he's
was
in the
he
game.
was on MVP Phoenix.
Yeah, exactly. So every time they were playing. It was always PA ban or PA pick.
Yeah, it's like he did his mid Slardar, his mid PA, mid PL. And he always does the same thing. He buys like one item and then he buys a heart.
Yeah.
Not on PA, but on Slardar and PL.
Playing the Bloodseeker earlier too was the other hero that they liked a lot. But Panel, I'm going to put it to you. The draft, thoughts, feelings, who's going to win this one?
As I said really before there, I like clutch gamers mainly, you know, post that 25 to 30 minute mark, especially once the BKB's picked up. And again, having that pipe later on in the game, I feel like the team fight and just overall being able to run at them is going to be better. And Clutch, I think, is going to take this 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going to side with Breaky here. I think that Clutch Gamers has the easier to execute draft.
All right, Mr. Luminous.
Well, you know me, I'm siding with Clutch always, but my read on this game is that Night Stalker is going to be the dominant support here. I feel like Disruptor, to me, in this patch is quite weak, especially when there's so much at run at you. I would much rather play the Witch Doctor here that could kind of fight and skirmish a little bit earlier on. And then the PA also adds a lot of wrinkle in terms of what the Drow can do. I feel like Drow is almost a liability in this draft. Whether she could farm, find her farm, whether she could survive the early engagements.
All right, well, thank you very much, panel, again. And now we're going to get into this one. Maybe the delayed smoke, as it looks like Execration are going to try and head in for a little bit of a battle. We'll see if it's a Bruin. Centaur's staying up there on the high ground, and looks like those pass like ships in the night. I mean, that's the thing, right? Is that PA is always thought of as one of those counters to the Drow Ranger, as a hero that can get in there, break the ulti, and make sure that you're not getting all of that extra agi for the rest of your team.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like, it's half and half. It depends on who has more farm. A Drow Ranger with more farm gets a silver edge, and just makes your PA look silly, so there is that too. I do want to talk about the spot that Clutch Gamer was standing on, because they were up at this ancient spot, expecting the smoke to come through. And then Witch Doctor, if he gets a casket in that area, would have give Clutch Gamer the first blood.
Well, I'm pretty sure that also Execration was standing right on top of this ward when they went over for it. So yeah. Scattered it all out, and now Rage Potato is going to have to take the long walk over here to get into lane, and Clutch Gamers will be able to respond to this early and send Rappy there, it looks like, or possibly Armel, as he's going to TP bottom instead.
So I'm surprised to see that Armel is in mid to get the matchup against Lina, and now... Okay. So, were you watching the games I cast with Parker yesterday, where it was Qo's PA mid versus Mushi's Lina?
Alright, I didn't get a chance to check this out.
Basically, every time it was level 5 on Lina, you just dagger the Lina. Sorry, every time it was level 5 or 6 on PA, you just dagger the Lina and she just dies. Because if there's any support rotation, a dagger, a blink strike, Lina likely will miss her LSA because she's so under pressure in that situation. Right. And then it's just an easy kill after the LSA is missed.
Potential for a lot of kills in this lane as well, as Rappy has already taken a bit of a beating. So, have to keep our eyes on that. Obviously, the damage coming out is quite hard to deal with, and James actually doesn't have a stick going into this matchup against PA. Do you think that this is a mistake?
I think he should definitely send one out right now. Courier has one. There you go.
Okay. I guess that, you know, you can't really continue to tank that without getting at least something as far as regen goes. Yeah. But the Puck has actually been able to do pretty well so far against the Quap. I guess that's just by virtue of being in the lane for the first set of waves. But how big of a issue is it if Clutch Gamers don't end up or fall behind in the lane against Execration with this Drow Ranger? Like, is Drow going to completely change the dynamic of this game?
I think both teams can't fall behind. Like, it's one of those where, especially when you have this kind of laning scenario, when you put your mids on the safe lane. Hold that thought here. Fly solo.
Yeah.
It shouldn't go down.
They have another burrow strike. Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble and going to just try and go for the deny. Not going to happen. First blood drawn by the Sand King.
The perfect note.
That's actually almost all the way to Arcanes. He can go in there and steal the other bounty rune if he wanted to. Looks like he's just going to head back to lane, but that's a lot of gold on the Sand King early.
Uh-oh, fly solo. This is, I think, the weak link for me in this Clutch Gamer draft. Centaur is very good once you get the put, the blink, the levels. I just don't know whether you find it from the laning stage.
Oh, no. Fly Solo again, taking a lot of damage. Is he just gonna end up start feeding? I think he's almost dead. Is gonna die to the Caustic and Rappy, trying to get a two-person stun, seeing if he can take down this Disruptor, and RR gonna have to do the juke around the trees. Takes one shot from the tower, but Leemic able to tank for him and had fine and dandy.
Had Rappy like double edged him when he was in range. That was a kill with the tower, but that's unfortunate that he didn't. Top lane, they're making dive for Raging Potato. The silence ends, he blinks into the trees. So your question of like, will Clutch Gamer or can Clutch Gamer operate if they fall behind? We'll kind of have to see how that plays out because they are falling a little bit behind.
It's not great. At least for now, the Quap 7-3.
He's getting zoned very heavily though.
It does look like they're going to rotate up the Sand King here. He's already got into those Tranquils actually for a little bit better roaming and movement speed. Looks like they're going to go forward onto Boombax. There's the Void trying to find a kill themselves, and it's going to be right around that time. He might just end up being able to bring down the Queen of Pain, although slowed down for the moment. There's going to be the Caustic. It comes back in range. Armel trying to find the counter. Raging Potato, 15 HP, and Armel not going to be able to do it.
You know, the funny thing is right before that, he delivered the Magic Wand, which gave him the extra stats to survive. Oh my god, that was so clutch. Fly Solo finds a haste rune. I think he wants to secure it for his mid PA, but we'll probably have to take it and force a kill on James.
Fly Solo just gonna still a level 1 run away, maybe punch James a few times in the face. But oh, body blocks.
Okay.
Fly Solo
PA's coming in,
trying to do this one. Maybe it can make it work there. Bouncing the cast back and forth. Silence is there as well. Boombax with that nighttime back around. Doesn't look like they're quite going to be able to do it. They dodged the LSA. They're going to have to back out.
The problem is that Boombax is only level 2. Had he had the ability to fly up and give vision there, pretty sure they get the kill there.
Well, an interesting build deciding to go for the Void Crippling Fear. I guess that was just to see if they could secure the kill and make sure they didn't get Light Strike raid.
No, because they were ganking the Queen of Pain up top, remember? So to prevent the blink. Armel might be in a little bit of trouble. Oh, using the orb to destroy the Shadow Strike. Does have the full 7 magic stick, so he should be okay.
Oh, but he might be in trouble though. He's going back to the shrine. Leemic is here. Oh, he's going to be able to spot him out, and that should be
Magic Wand? Magic Wand?
Oh, he's going over. Phase shift, Raging Potato chasing. I think that he might still end up going down. They have Fly Solo unless they can turn it. The cast is bouncing. Raging Potato, they end up taking him down, and now Fly Solo also in trouble. They don't have enough for the blink, but Raging Potato might be able to get it out. It's such a long TP. Leemic, they trying to jump. He's going to be able to get out of there. Blinks away. Raging Potato, what a guy.
Man, Armel had a phase shift when the Scream of Pain was used, so I think he wanted to wait for that and then phase it. And unfortunately, the Sand King Burrow Strike came at the exact same time.
Rappy down bottom goes down as well to RR. They're just getting completely demolished across the map. Execration, a little bit upset about that last game. They're making a statement here.
Yeah, it is up to Gabby now to find these free kills on the Lina. Not gonna find the regen. Oh, he blinks forward, bottles the regen. RR making, well, not making plays, getting played on by Gabby. Wow.
That was nicely done.
Yeah.
That was sneaky.
He got the insta crit too, so.
It's what you like to see, and now it's a situation too where Night Stalker level 3, if you TP back into here, you can go on this Lina.
And that's exactly what they're doing right now. Dagger forward, pops the regen, and James.
That's the trouble, they needed a crit. It's not quite going to be there though, and Disruptor is going to be enough to stop Gabby from going any further forward.
You know the big difference here in terms of
Burrow? They caught him up top actually. Raging Potato actually held on to that one. There's going to be a silence, and
oh, he's in the trees.
Oh, he got blocked off.
This is not where you want to be, Armel.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Yep.
Phase shift, still dead.
So that animation cancel of the Shadow Strike forced out the early orbs.
Yeah.
That put him in an awkward spot.
Raging Potato has been playing so well this game.
Oh, for sure. Like he used to be the mid player for Mineski, so like all of these like intricate, high mechanical skill heroes, really that's what he's comfortable on. Now he has to play 4 and 3, so it feels bad.
Well, they're giving him a chance to shine yet again. Been doing it for a long time. And it's working out well. 7-1, a 3,000 net worth lead at this early stage of the game with the Drow Ranger lineup.
PA in trouble mid.
Also over here to the side, there's a battle of ruin. Looks like PA hasn't been able to get out of there for the moment at least, and they're not going to decide to dive. RR now going to end up going down. Gabby finds the kill, but they're able to turn it back around with the Laguna Blade onto that Night Stalker.
Yeah, we're seeing the difference in terms of skill level of PA players. Kyo in this position yesterday had phase boot finish, and the ability to actually have that extra bit of movement speed in these kind of small skirmishes it makes all the difference. Mushi was just getting, was it Mushi or some other Lina player was getting absolutely destroyed yesterday by the Kyo PA?
Not sure.
And this matchup, to me, is extremely PA favored once you move past level 7, level 8, which he's already at right now. So.
Well, we'll take a look at the CS across the board, and it does look like right now Lina leading the way and having the most CS across at 61 by virtue of just having that Drow Ranger aura. And it's what you would expect at this point for Execration. And Gabby getting up in Lemic's face, but won't be able to really force any rotations out.
That is the big reason why they're winning all three lanes so hard. Puck normally has a advantage over Queen of Pain, especially with the recent change to his base damage, but that is somewhat nullified by the Drow aura that Raging Potato has. Lina gets to pressure the PA a lot harder thanks to the Drow Ranger aura, and now they're going to force out a kill here.
Oh, Rappy, although Fly Solo is there, he wants to turn this back around. No cast back bounces onto James, but they will find the Dream Coil turning to fight. Oh, the Gust comes out. That's what they needed. There's Gabby, though. Can they turn this back around? Sonic Wave gonna connect onto the PA. It's all falling apart under the tower. Gabby going to get caught. A good blink away. Light Strike is there. Nonetheless, there's too many from Execration. And the triple kill from James at this early stage. It is disastrous.
This is exactly what we saw yesterday when Clutch Gamer tried to play the same pacing of the game against a very aggressive Fnatic team. They were unable to hang on, and then they just got blew completely out of the water. Very reminiscent of that. Clutch Gamer needs to dig deep and find some early core items, the blink on the puck or veil on the puck, anything. And of course the early Deso on the Phantom Assassin. The problem is, these heroes are really built to fight right now. And I'm not sure if they don't win these fights, how they're going to find the room and the farm to get those items.
Yeah, the Centaur can help to facilitate it, as Rappy is going to be pulled back in, not quite in time with the kinetic field. But you do have that Centaur Stampede, which can make a difference as far as your ability to find initiations, and the Dream Coil there as well. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that, and that's probably one of the most important abilities as far as taking these fights go.
Yeah.
The other issue that they have is that Witch Doctor is only level 3, so like the team fight ultimates that you might want, the damage, it might be a bit lacking.
They do have the quote-unquote combo of Blink Strike from PA and then the Centaur ult activation to apply an extra slow during these fights. But looks like we're going to see a big crowd.
Oh, level 6 on Disruptor, and they're moving in right away. Gabby pulled back in. There's going to be the catch. They don't even commit the Sack Storm. Now they will, and they also caught the Witch Doctor. Execration are just running over them, 2-14.
Yeah. The sad thing for the Witch Doctor, he was collateral. Like, they weren't even aiming for him. And a random Scream of Pain and the Disruptor ultimate on top of him was just it. Good thought by Fly Solo. He wanted to throw out the cask, so hopefully the PA could Blink Strike away. But the damage was just there.
Yeah, and the Sand King in position as well, just in time to get there. And now your Drow Ranger is going to try and get ganked, it looks like, or at least Boomback's trying to soak up whatever experience he can. The problem is that you have the rest of Execration there to take the tower down. And they just, like, what are you supposed to do at this point for Clutch Gamers? These heroes,
hey,
they're not meant to be behind.
Warding again. He's going to get his ward dewarded, most likely. Good thing that he didn't die there. What are they supposed to do? Find the Veil on Puck, and then do a smoke and get some kills. Hopefully on a hero with a big streak. Lina right now is 5-0, so that's the target I would like to go for. And then try to basically get a 1 or 2 snowball kill and come back. Because, oh my god, Boomback needs to run right now.
Yeah, this is not where you want to be, and RR there as well. If they didn't know there was a ward there before, they certainly do now. Probably just get dewarded in a little while. And also, Lina close to what's going to end up being like a, what is this? Maybe 14-minute Bloodstone?
Sure. I mean, just kill her twice, right?
There you go.
Fine.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems. I guess Raging Potato and all of these heroes are ones that if they do start to fall behind by virtue of losing their life, then all of a sudden, you're in a much better position.
And this is Raging Potato we're talking about. If you've been watching Pino Dota, he can go hard and sometimes too hard. That is the pains of previous Mineski fans should know of. Looking in, Raging Potato going hard right now. Gonna get the kill. The question is he gonna make it out?
Now he's got the Maledict on him. There's a lot of damage. He actually might end up dying to this. Raindrops?
Yeah, raindrops.
It's going to be back off cooldown, not before the tick. My god, that was really close.
Calculated.
What a guy.
I mean, if you die there, then, you know, chat is going to blame him, right? So, either way. Stampede's going to get used on the top lane. They want the Drow Ranger dead blinking in. They will get RR. The question is, will Nando make it out? Because RR is not the person that they wanted. In fact, that should be okay. Boomback thinking about flying over the trees, perhaps?
He spots out the Leemic is there. Does have the silence as well. Going to land that onto the Sand King. Still a tough one to go onto, but it's a DD Punk, or rather, excuse me, PA. Leemic going to be able to walk away from this. He breaks this tether snap. It might kill him, but the rest of Execration is here, and now gamers have to back out.
Yeah, they had the right mindset of like sending a gank party with the Veil finish, but just in terms of the target that they got was very unfortunate.
Yeah, and like Drow Ranger with the Dragonlance, Treads, Wand, Aquila, all these things make her so tanky right now. And the jump forward, they're going to try and go into Armel. Don't quite manage to hit him there, and he's going to be able to jaunt away. But the pressure is now up towards top. Everybody fairly healthy. Tier 2 tower sure to fall.
It is so easy for Execration to get objectives right now because of they have the Drow Ranger. 1 kill, 1 tower. Clutch Gamers trying to reply back by getting a mid tower of their own. And this is basically just stemming the bleeding, trying to get some objective back in their way. Also, Rappy just needs to ditch the team and get a Blink Dagger because he is absolutely useless without it.
He's breaking trees right now. That's all he's got going in his life. I mean, the Witch Doctor's poverty mode also. He's sitting here with, you know, barely any armor at all, except when he's by a tower. If he ever gets punched by anybody, Witch Doctor's just going to be food.
I mean, we saw in these fights, even if he's not being punched, he is just dying. He's one of those, like, pleb characters from Dragon Ball Z where, like, not the main character, right? The main character is for fighting, and then he's one of those civilians that just get wrecked on the side. That's what it feels like.
I don't know enough about it to make the reference, so I'll let you do that if you feel like it.
Okay.
Alright, Raging Potato back in. They're taking Roshan. This is not the final nail in the coffin, but it is certainly closing the box, if nothing else. They're going to run down backs, and well, the glimpse actually probably ends up saving his life. Oh, lift up. Yule Scepter, Witch Doctor.
It was bad.
Yeah, that's some bullying. I mean, 3 to 16. It almost feels like at this point we should be asking if Clutch Gamers are going to get another kill.
They'll get another kill.
You think so? Alright.
Sure. They'll get another. Hopefully not one of those get a kill and then like call GG though. You know, that could happen. RR, first one in. I don't know if they have vision. Gabby will get glimpsed back right into a static storm. My god. This is on a really bad streak.
I mean, we were talking about on the panel the possibility is Rappy is going to be able to escape with that one. Still no Blink Dagger. That if BKB comes out from the PA, suddenly you're in a great position.
Not
but
anymore.
It's just, it's too late.
Yeah,
I feel like this game is spiraled completely out of their control. It's a 12,000 net worth lead at 16 minutes in.
And this is not one of those lineups like, okay, you know what, they're killing us a couple times, but we can hold high ground because they have no high ground push. They got a Drow Ranger, man. Like, high ground push is going to be easy for Execration. The only way that Clutch Gamer could win at this point on is Execration diving into the tier 4s and just, you know, feeding 3 or 4 kills in a row to Gabby or the rest of Clutch Gamer.
Oh, he caught the Yule Scepter! Oh, Armel, that's really not what you wanted to have happen. He's got a decent amount of armor, and Raging Potato is going to have to break the tether snap. And that is going to be the end of it. So Dream Coil down for the cost of a Yule's and a little bit of HP on your Queen of Pain.
Yeah, we're at a point where Execration needs to make bigger and bigger mistakes because they're so far ahead they can afford to make small mistakes, and I don't think Clutch Gamer can punish them for that. With that said, once the blink is online, Clutch Gamer could have like one last hurrah. He is so damn close.
Yeah, he's going to need to buy a TP also, though, because I have a feeling that this is going to be where we start pressuring for high ground.
Dire's top tower.
Rappy still a little ways away from it. He isn't going to have a TP for this. He's got it now. And this will be his last creep wave for him. So they'll have a TP, but it might come a little bit too late. Already, Armel able to phase shift that one, still taking some more damage. They still drop the Storm, and he's gone. Witch Doctor Ultimate doing a lot. Finally, the Poverty Man himself is able to make something happen for his team. To jump in, Burrow Strike, Epi a little bit off the mark. Rappy gets the stun. Okay, 3 are dead, but that's only the Aegis as far as Lena's concerned. And she's going to try and run away from there. Raging Potato turning back around. They're able to make a life for themselves there.
Radiant's middle barracks are under.
They're out. Mid lane though, a Drow Ranger just gets to hit the building the whole time. They pop the dust on Nando. They have a blink stun. I think Nando just overstayed his welcome. How? Wait. What? Just get the damn kill. You don't need it. Give it to Gabby. What if he runs away? Oh my god, don't do this. Alright.
That was really close to bad, but I think that's like what you have to do in some ways.
Just take the risk, give it to Gabby. I mean, hey, they got a Deso off of that, so what do I know, right? But that is a lot of net worth swing. 2,000 swing here for what, a 4-2 engagement? They lost a tier 3, so shrines are going down, but I think they are more alive now than before.
They are, and you're starting to at least get something on these guys, but like, you need a BKB on top of this for Gabby before she can really take a fight, and I would be shocked if Execration didn't move down the lane and try and take a fight. I think that at this point, if you're them, you maybe wait for the next Aegis, but even then, I don't think you really have to. Oh, James, he's hunting for Armel. He wants this kill, getting body blocked by creeps. Is he going to find him? Laguna Blade? Not quite there. The Shadow Blade wore off.
Yeah, if Puck is paying attention there, he should be able to dodge a LSA every time. Well, Clutch Gamer's showing some signs of life. Like you said, Execration can wait for the Rosh if they want, but it's going to be a long wait. So I feel like if they do wait for the Roshan, a lot of that momentum can be lost. PA finds RR, they pop the dust, and that's going to be yet another kill. Gabby somehow has a killing streak.
Alright, Gabby pulling it back for his team. It's the first component of his BKB. They are not quite going to... Oh, they realize that James is in the area, and that's going to be a tier 1 tower down. Gabby gets the last hit on that as well. They were searching in the woods, but they won't find James.
Is this the beginning of a comeback?
If they come back from this game, then yeah, Execration really would not have deserved to go to TI, we'll put it that way. Clutch would have. So it's going to be a tough one for them to make it happen, but if they do somehow, nobody will be doubting that they deserve to be there.
Well, some big key items coming out from both teams. That Orchid from Queen of Pain. I mean, normally you answer the Orchid as the Puck player by picking up the Yules, but obviously that Puck is so far behind in terms of item progression. Just now, Armel will pick up his own Blink. And I think Execration is essentially just one random pick-off away from starting to get some base building.
Yeah, I think so as well. The biggest thing is that if they can make this happen before BKB comes out, I think it's a big enough item that changes the game enough that you do want to try and go Execration for high ground before it comes out.
Clutch Gamer wants to do the wraparound gank, and they're going to run perhaps into a Drow Ranger. Boombacks does have...
Oh my god. If they get this, this is huge. They're walking in. Alright, a good dust. They're jumping forward for it. Nando's going to be caught and killed. Static Storm is down, but it only caught the Puck. Execration need to get out right now. I don't know if this is the fight that they want to take. Maybe they can bring down the Witch Doctor, but now they turn onto RR. They've been able to find him as well. Raging Potato. Is this going to be the next target? They get the Orchid off. There's the Witch Doctor ulti. Fly solo, just going to get yelled at in the face. And Execration now going to back out.
They traded Witch Doctor for 3 kills. Don't call that a comeback, but hey, it is happening. Clutch Gamer goes back, farms a couple more. He talked about the BKB being important. Gold check on Gabby. He is 2,000 gold away from finishing that item.
This is... like you said, maybe a comeback. The beginnings of it at the very least. You don't feel confident as much so right now if you're Execration. A little bit of save your buddy syndrome, and again, I think that this is the moment where if you have a strong captain, Execration, they've been around the block before, you know, tell everybody, slow down a little minute, let's get ourselves together so we're as 5. They can't beat us if we're at 5, and then try and either make a play or wait until Roshan. I think that they're probably going to wait till Roshan now.
Oh, they will have to now. I don't think they could just poke up the high ground, but then it becomes a dangerous game of, okay, you get Aegis, but Gabby gets BKB.
Right.
Then suddenly, you know, who knows what happens? You're rolling dice at that point with quick they grow out, so.
I think, though, that you do have Nando who's going to be able to finish off the Silver Edge, so there's still going to be, like, an item ahead.
Sure. They're definitely always an item ahead, yeah.
And actually, they're going to try and go on him right now. I don't mind this play, because if they, again, get the kill before BKB, it's a way to play it, and it's...
Yule Scepter picks them up.
Static Storm, they get the silence off! That's a huge play! They're not going to be able to do it! Disruptor's going to drop it now. The Witch Doctor ulti will not doing a ton of damage, but they have killed off that puck. Big play there. Gabby takes down another. The Sand King is dead, and now Execration again on the run. If you're going to do this play, you have to make it work.
Raging Potato back in. He yules himself back up, and now the PA goes in high ground. Just gets off a kill here. Neutral got the kill, but Gabby is still on the hunt. On the front line, they kill off the Queen of Pain as well. What turned out to be a pick on Gabby is a 1-for-4 trade for Clutch Gamer again.
That was the worst possible way that could have gone, and getting that silence off on the Disruptor, I can't emphasize how important that one was, because if you blow up Gabby at the start of that fight, it doesn't go that way at all, and they lose all of their damage. Clutch Gamers are pulling themselves back into this one.
How many wheels are left on this Execration car? That is rolling down a cliff right now.
Yeah, they need to pull themselves together. Again, I don't mind the play of going back in before BKB, but maybe it's, again, Raging Potato getting a little bit too aggressive and blinking in before the rest of his team can get there. They had time to react.
Ooh, Stampede trying to go for Lumic, who was dewarding a little bit, but they got to be careful now. Stampede is down. Clutch Gamer needs to back it up. Gabby finished BKB, so the whole, hey, let's gank Gabby game plan is going to be much harder from this point. Yes, Silver Edge is down, but you got to keep in mind that most of the damage on the Execration side is magic, right? So if he does activate the BKB,
well, they do have Drow Rangers still, and all
so they could right-click him. Yeah, I suppose.
That's the thing to me that I see as still the nail in the coffin for a lot of plays for Clutch Gamers, is that if they win a fight, all of the buildings die unless there's buybacks. And buyback status right now, Radiant only have it on 2 heroes.
Yeah, Radiant shouldn't be saving go for buyback in my opinion. They need to just keep winning fights.
Exactly.
The one thing about the BKB, even if you break Gabby, if he does get the BKB off, at least give Blink Strike away from the fight.
Yeah.
And get people off of him. And now Clutch Gamer knows that Roshan is coming back up, and they just want to win a fight now. If Clutch Gamer could somehow just like randomly win a fight now, and get Aegis, then we're starting to talk about some real comeback.
As it is, they've definitely put a lot of fear into Execration. Vision-wise, they don't spot them out. They might have caught a glimpse of somebody over here to the side, and now Nando realizes that Roche is up, but they don't feel confident taking this just without vision in the area, most particularly.
Yeah, Boombax has darkness available. So.
Oh wait, they see him. There's a ward up here. Clutch Gamers.
It's a hard cliff to walk up to, man.
This is spooky as hell. Gabby's showing no fear.
He's got BKB. He's going in. Is he activating that BKB? No. He could have gotten the kill if he wanted it, but now they're going to just go into the pit. Yo, meanwhile, Raging Potato split pushing bottom.
All right, they're going to back out. I think as soon as Raging Potato is no longer showing on the map, they have to get out of
Puck is showing bottom now, so if Dire wants to go into the pit, they have a small window to do so. Oh my god, this game is... I'm sitting on the edge. It should
not be this tense.
It should not be. Like, at a certain point, I think Execration was close to a 14 to 15k network lead.
At like, that amount of minutes, right?
But this is C-Dota, man. You don't know. The only thing that's certain in C-Dota is throws.
Alright. We are moving into the Roshan pit now. Clutch Gamers trying to sneak one away. And they actually don't have vision. This ward with Night Stalker Darkness doesn't scout out that they walked into the pit. And they're getting it really quickly. They're walking in. Leemic trying to go in. He's going to be able to burrow strike. No, the silence comes out immediately. Great play by Blueback, able to catch him. Sonic Wave out as well. They missed the Light Striker combo, but still able to take down Armel. Now the jump forward for more. There's the ulti coming out from the Witch Doctor, but Fly Solo forced to run away. A 1-for-1 trade so far.
I think XctN wins this. Now they go back into the Roshan pit to finish this. There is no shrine for Clutch Gamer to juice back up. Boomback does have flying vision. He will grant it, and now James inside the pit. Is Gabby going to commit? He does not have the BKB. Yes, they're going in. They're going for the Lina. Gabby is going to get the kill. Boomback on a killing spree streak. They see R on the right side. Queen of Pink now blinking back in as well. Okay, Gabby's very low. He's double silenced up. There's an Orchid one on him. And now he's going to get picked off. Is he going to be a buyback?
Yeah, they buy back. They want to get back into this. They have to be here to come and contest Roshan. And no buyback on the Lina. Still 27 seconds away. Rappy ends up going down by virtue of Nando and Raging Potato. And finally, I think XctN, yeah, they've been able to do it. The buyback ended up coming from the other side, actually. Yeah.
And they lose the gem as well. That was... Wait, whose gem is it?
That was
the Radiant gem. Yeah, they had it a long time on the PA. Alright, so that's a... I mean, it was a risky move that Clutch Gamer essentially had to make because they're so far behind, but it did not pay off here as they lose multiple kills. They lose the Aegis and the gem.
This is the part where you need to make something happen here for XctN. They have shown already that there's the buyback on the Centaur. I still think you go for this if you're XctN. I feel like the longer that you wait in this game, the more opportunities you're giving for Clutch Gamers to out-team fight you. I'm not sure if I love the walk away after the Aegis. Maybe you just wait for that next round of ultis to be up. Is there anything that they're missing?
Sonic Wave.
Okay.
I think they're afraid of the BKB on Quap, right? Because depending on how many crits she gets, you could just lose half your team during like Stampede and BKB. So it's really definitely hard to say like what's the right play, whether they should have gone with it with the Aegis or just backed off. The one thing that's for certain is that XctN can play the economic game, right? Just like force Clutch to be in the base and then just outfarm them. The danger with that is Clutch Gamer could just randomly come out of the base and just get a couple kills, which they have been doing. So it's a risky game regardless of how XctN, I think.
Well, looks like bottom is where they want to try and head to next. I still think that they need to make something happen with this Aegis. What exactly that is or how it happens is kind of up for grabs. They're going to get better vision down first. And maybe try and get the D-ward, see if they can find a pick-off at some point around the map.
Yeah. They also have the Radiance gem, right? So the map control outside of the base should be there. So they can just slow down and farm. That's also an option. Just wait out the nighttime, I suppose.
Yeah.
Should be over at in a minute or so.
Just very spooky. Very spooky. So nighttime going to be off in about a minute, at which point darkness will also be up, so that makes things a little bit less palatable. Trying to go for a high ground siege. I don't know exactly what it is that they're waiting for. Because yes, you can control the map, you can get better farm around the map, but what item is it that you're getting that's going to make you feel more confident? I guess the BKB on Drow is the biggest one, and when they get that, then you can start really going for the siege.
BKB on Drow, level 25 on Raging Potato, like becomes a brand new hero on the Queen of Pain. Very, very tanky. Working on Hex as well, so like there is definitely room for growth for XctN, so...
No, it's true, but like the items that come up next for these heroes on Clutch Gamers are game-changing. Like Aghanim Scepter on Centaur Warrunner, that damage mitigation.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think 25 on Quab and a Hex on Quab like trumps all of that. Well, but looks like they're not waiting for that. They're just...
They should at least wait for BKB if they've waited this long. But it looks like they're at least going to pressure out the lane. Crimson Guard done on the Night Stalker.
Yeah, I love it. Great item choice. I mean, you're up against Drow right clicks, right?
Illusion.
Well, still trying to farm out the rest of the map and finish off that BKB Fernando. With this wave, it should be done. Now, I should think that we're probably going to see some type of movement. A minute and 15 seconds left on the Aegis. They got to get
I
on their
think it's
horses.
go time now. Yeah, it is daytime. Aegis is about to run out. Mid-Rax is open.
They have darkness still, so Execration is going to trade the cask around a little bit. But getting, at the very least, Elena Barracks here. They drop down a
Execration.
sentry.
Back up to another 15k. Here we go.
The Burrow Strike, they jump forward. That's Night Stalker stunned. The jump forward. The big ulti comes out from the Disruptor onto all of them. But James, he's already popped the BKB, turning to fight. That's going to be one dead. Disruptor already out of there, but he already threw his ulti as well. Gabby's BKB is about to wear off as well.
Rax is exposed, being hit by multiple hero, and now Queen of Pain jumps back in. PA does not want to re-engage. She doesn't have the BKB anymore.
They're going to be able to catch him, though. That's huge. And now the Gus comes out as well. Gabby turns to fight, takes down one, takes down two. It's the Sand King and the Disruptor out of this one. And Nando taking down the barracks, standing tall, should be able to get out of there. They are even going to stick around for a little bit more. And this is what they've been waiting for. With 3 dead, no Centaur, it's really hard to stop them.
Yeah, they're just ignoring heroes at this point. They know that building is going to be super easy to take with the drought damage. And it's up to Clutch Gamer to go in and make some things happen. They can't. And this should be the end. Nice silence.
Yeah, well done. A little bit of awkward thing there as well. Nando went in for the Silver Edge strike, and then the Eul Scepter went at the same time. Nando sticking around maybe a bit too long. Eul Scepter lift up, pops the BKB, and there's the TP. Crit, crit. Nope, no crit.
Unlucky, but big win. Also, could have gotten the bash on Gabby. Didn't get that either.
Okay.
Down 2 racks, down 20k gold.
I mean, this is what we were expecting to happen. I will say that this game is going to be quite hard from this point to Clutch Gamers to come back to.
Yeah.
I would not be as happy with this win from Execration as some people might expect, just because of how hard it was to close that out and how like they were really far ahead, and it was a very real possibility that Clutch could have pulled it back.
At one point, the kill score, I believe it was like 3-18 or something.
Yeah.
Like, this should not have been a game at all. But it was because of very kind of careless errors. That's the kill.
Yeah, RR. That was a little bit of a debate. Pretty solo knew. Well, yeah, his backup there as well from Gabby. See, in a pub, that's where your PA goes to farm a large camp while you die as a witch doctor. Alright, so a last hurrah possibly from Clutch Gamers. Execration. There's going to be the epicenter, and no chance for a BKB at all. Damage mitigation or not, this is a hell of a lot onto the faces of Clutch Gamers, as there's no buyback on these heroes. Boomback's most likely going to go down as well. Armel not able to get out. A triple kill for James. Maybe even going to finish it off with the Ultra if he can get there in time. Reggie Potato steals one away from his teammate, and most likely the game here.
Yeah, that Sand King play was exceptional. Burrow strike onto 2 heroes. PA got Hex, so he couldn't activate his BKB. And then the Night Stalker also got Burrow Strike, so no Crimson Guard. And now they're all dead.
Fly solo, feeling quite good. At the very least, they were able to close this one out. Good game, well played, ends up getting cold. It was a bit of an anticlimactic finish, but you know, when you end up just being able to walk in with BKBs, that's the end of it.
That Roshan fight, that was could have been the early clutch victory there, but I mean, again, they were so far behind.